You ba bum ba bum ba ba. I got you, babe. Ba bum ba ba. I got you, babe. Hey, guess what, everybody? It's Groundhog Day, and that means we're playing Raid again. It's day. What day is it again? It's day 33, and we got some gear for today. There's also an event going on. We. What's the event going on? So it's a 2x. It's a 2x for Elatrion Blade Master. This guy is actually really, really good from the looks of things. He's got block debuffs on his cleanse. So he's got a cleanse, he's got the block debuffs. He's actually really special because he can protect all of his buffs when we're fighting a boss. Not that we're even at the point where we're fighting bosses that can steal our buffs yet, unless we can maybe get to Scarab King. I don't even recall offhand if he's in this rotation of Doom Tower. I think he's actually not. But it'd be good for the other rotations where he is. Is there any way for us to get a Sacred Shard? I think there might be in the challenges. So today is going to be kind of a repetitive day in the tradition of Groundhog Day. Anybody seen that movie Groundhog Day? If you have, you probably got the reference I made earlier. If not, well, you should see Groundhog Day. And if you haven't, you should see it again. It's a great movie. It's a great love story. It's a great story about change, about realizing the changes you got to make in your life and making them for the sake of the people around you. So we've signed in. I got a lot of extra energy. It's probably going to get spent on Minotaur. I'm not gonna farm Minotaur in front of you guys because that's dull. I'm just gonna leave it farming. Oh man, I'd like to leave it farming, but you know what? I've already used all the daily farming because I wanted to use the last of the clan versus clan points. So I took all that energy and I already used it. I queued it all up and I farmed. Did I farm Minotaur? I think I did. So we should have some masteries at least to assign to the various people. Sun Wukong is into the red scrolls. This is a good thing. Once he gets to about 550, we'll be able to give him his tier 6 mastery, which will be Helm Smasher. And by that point, I am going to want to put him in Savage just to make sure he's got a chance at the 100% ignore defense. So he can absolutely slam with his A2. The best Savage we have is not particularly good. So we can try to get more of that. I want to see if it's possible for us to get a Sacred Shard so we have like just a slim chance. We're nowhere near it. I mean, we're about 3 days into the new month. But in the challenges, we got a Lego book here. We got an epic book here, and then I don't know. I mean, if we could get through these, we could see what else is on the sheets in artifacts. We have a Sacred Shard here, and the only thing left to do is stage 13 of Golan's Peak. So we could probably do that. We might even be able to do it today. The team's getting pretty well balanced. We've got Gold Arena to reach for this. That's probably going to take a while. Where are we in Arena? We are in Silver 4. So we're actually pretty close to Gold. I don't know how well this team is going to do once we reach Gold. I may need some more tweaks to the team. It's a pretty good team, all things considered. I haven't made Diabolist any faster since the last update. She's still at 246. That speed is not likely to change before getting her to 6 stars, and I don't really think 6-starring her is a high priority. I think the higher priority is going to be the 5 champions that we want for clan boss, and she's probably not going to be one of them. It is a good question though. I keep reviewing this every day. This is the thing. When you play Raid Shadow Legends, you are playing this game on ultra slow motion and you are watching this. I mean, it's like watching yourself age. I mean, it almost is. I've been playing this game since 2020. That is a long frickin' time, people. And well, I'm pretty sure my next 6 star is going to be Xeno because let's go to the clan boss section. Um, Yesterday I got 18 million in easy. I haven't been doing easy for the last little while, but I decided to run it again. It was Spirit Affinity, so that's the best affinity for us. This is actually the worst affinity, so maybe I won't bother until it's the last one. So 5 star accuracy chest. That could pan out. And HP percent gauntlets, you know I like to see that with the speed on the substats. Normal. We got the top chest for this too. So I don't know if that's going to be a good piece. And the boots, flat attack, I'm going to sell that immediately. And for hard, we also got the top chest. We got the Guardian chest. We got speed on the substats. And, oh, the clan didn't take down hard yesterday. That might be my fault. Maybe I was supposed to bring in the big guns. The big oversoul account. Oh well, I'll try to remember today. Sorry, clan. I tried, but we'll get there soon. I think our clan, if we keep at it, I think we're going to be able to get there and not have to use a big end game account to try to finish it off. So, given what I've said, that I got 18 million with Xeno as she is now, if I can get her to 5 stars, 6 stars, if I can get her to 6 stars, maybe another champion at 6 stars, there's going to be no problem getting the damage there. We want that Giant Slayer mastery. Giant Slayer is going to be amazing on her. So I cranked up her speed as well. So her speed boots are now 16, level 16. So she's going to go more frequently. She's also in Relentless. So she will get multiple turns. I have 3 different champions on this account in Relentless now. I've been lucky in the early game and I got a lot of Relentless. Relentless, just in case you guys don't know, I'm sure you do by now. Relentless gives you an extra turn 18% of the time. Completely overpowered. For long drawn out fights, that means you're just doing about 18% more of whatever it is that champion does. If they put out buffs, you are doing that at a frequency 18% more frequent. If you're doing damage, like Xeno is, you're just doing that 18% more of the time. And I mean, she's just an engine. She's coming out. She's putting increased attack on herself. And so we don't have to worry about an increased attack champion when Xeno's on the team. She's putting increased speed on the party, but so is Tagore. That's maybe my one complaint about the team that I threw together, but of course you're limited by the champions you get in this game. But Tagore also puts out speed, and Apothecary also puts out speed, so there's just a lot of speed. So, come to think of it, what I might do is I might leave Jamarsa in as the clan boss resident healer, and take out Tagore and put in Apothecary. I'm just hoping there's enough healing after that. But with Apothecary, we could give him Giant Slayer. He's also in Relentless, so he'd be doing a bunch of extra hits against the clan boss. He'd be speeding up the party. He's got a single shot heal that we could use, but I'd probably just turn it off, because the hope is that the leech that Xeno places on the clan boss. The hope is this is placed often enough that it's always up. And then you got healing for everybody just from the damage they're doing. But everybody in the party would need to be with either Giant Slayer or War Master, or in Sun Wukong's case, we could probably get away with him just not having any of that. Because he's if he dies, he's just going to get back up. That's the beauty of Sun Wukong. He brings his own revive. So he'd be the one exception. And we'll probably replace Sun Wukong in this team at some point, because he's not exactly designed for it. But we got that smite placed by Xeno. Love to see that, because basically every time the clan boss gets a turn now, as long as this is up, we're going to do 250,000 damage just with the meteor. Look at all those other numbers pop out too. Hey, I didn't see the I don't know if that was a visual bug or what, but I didn't see the smite proc. Saw it that time. Okay, so that does answer my question of does it strike twice or once? Yesterday I wasn't sure. I was pretty sure it strikes twice. If you get it for 2 turns, it is going to hit the clan boss twice. And it is going to do 500,000 damage. So basically every time this gets placed, we know we're going to do another 500,000. Kale is doing close to 60,000 every time his War Master procs. And that's about 60% of the time. And he has nothing but attacks. And he's going at a more than 1-to-1 ratio with the clan boss. So the next immediate goal, I would say, would be to get to 1 key on hard. That way we can complete this instantaneously, and we can finally start going toe-to-toe with Brutal. So far, it's looking good. This is I mean, nobody's dead yet. It's turn 13. We want to survive until at least turn 20. Okay, I spoke too soon. Somebody immediately died. But she's back up. I guess this is the advantage of having Tagore on the team. Otherwise, that would have been it. That would have been it. No more reviver for us. So halfway is about here. So we're halfway to it. So this is a comfortable 2 key, I think. This looks like we'll get to at least 6 million, maybe 6.5, maybe even 7. I saw it got to 7 million yesterday. And I feel like kind of a jerk here, because I'm like, okay, I got 18 million on the normal clan bots. You believe me, right? I can't prove it. It happened last night. I wasn't recording. I wasn't doing a video. I got 18 million, and I thought, you know, I'd be up early enough. We can take a look at the numbers. But no, I just got a good night's sleep. My girlfriend's home. She's been getting better. She's not sick anymore. We'll just cuddle up to her warm body in bed and just sleep the whole night. It's great. Didn't wake up at all stressed about the state of this game. Even though I am still kind of drawn into some events. I do have a second account where I'm still going for the 6, not 6, it's a 5-star soul for Xeno. So I'm trying to get that on the other account. But for the most part, I can just queue up auto battles at this point. Anyway, we got over 7 million. So this is great. 2.3 million from Xeno. So I'm expecting her to at least do as much as Kale when she is at her maximum. I'd also like to get a soul for Kale. So it's good to just stop by here and check on whatever's here. This is how I got the Xeno soul. I just came here and I spotted the 1-star soul. I spent the 20 that we had and picked it up. No epics and no Kale. Or really anybody that have it all. This is one of those particularly soul-crushing days. Oh, actually, I do have Taurus, so that was a lie. But Taurus, does he require a soul? I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to build him. In fact, here's a little thought experiment. Taurus, he's a skinwalker. Would he be good at clan boss? Because he does put out a lot of poison. But the big issue is that when he puts out that poison, he's also depleting his health. So basically, he's putting out all this health depletion. He goes to unkillable. It's on a 4 turn cooldown. And you know what, guys? It just occurred to me. If I wanted somebody to take the stun hit, for example, it could be this guy. I could design him to take the stun hit. He puts out all the poisons on maybe a 4-to-3 ratio, so I time it so that he goes to unkillable when he's taking the stun hit. Then we've got Leech placed by Xeno, and he can get his health back. He also has the weaken, and he's got a much better chance of placing it than Xeno. This guy might actually be a clan boss champion, people. I think I got to add him to my notes. That's interesting. Um, I'm just gonna put him here in the notes. I'm gonna consider building him. I don't know why I snubbed him. I think part of it was I kind of think of him as a poison exploder champion because in my end game um, account I pair him up with, she's a dark elf, Zavia. This is an absolutely busted champion. Just so fun to use. You can have her come out and attack all enemies, dealing all the poison damage instantly, and basically anything that dies is blocked from reviving. It is amazing. You can come out and you could just bust all those Torments with it, and they're just dead. You get past those Torment waves, no problem. But I don't have Zavia on this account, so that's not what Taurus is going to be for. But let's take a look at the mission track. So we have the Void Keep next. We can't do that until Sunday, or unless I felt like spending 300 gems. I think that's even more expensive than the other keeps. Now I'm not sure. Is it always 300 or is it 200 for the other keeps? For some reason I was thinking it was 200. We do have enough gems to do it, but is it worth doing? I don't know. Like if we look at the mission track, we just to see what's coming. We're most of the way to another sacred shard. So let's see. It's Friday. This opens Sunday. This is going for close to 48 hours, right? 2 days, 19 hours. The targeted champion is the next 2 days. Yeah, we might be able to get 2 sacred shards to try for Elatrion Blade Master. We probably will not have either of them today. But that's a neat idea. I mean, it's a 2x anyway, so this is the perfect time to pull sacreds. So if you got them, you pull them. I like the ally speed aura in dungeons. We've already got that from Xeno, and she's probably going to be in every team. But that may eventually not be the case with Xeno. Whereas this guy might be in every team where we're dealing with debuffers because he can cleanse, he can place block debuffs. This would be great for clan boss. This would be great for the other clan boss, the Hydra, which is actually open, by the way. I don't know if I have the heart to even attempt Hydra right now. Ineligible. Why are we ineligible? Anyway, um, basically we need our absolute best teams to try to do this. I mean, we could attempt it. I suppose we could do that. I don't think there's anything else pressing. Today, I just got a bunch of question marks because yeah, we got to wait for the Void Keep. Tomorrow, I don't even know because it's going to be Sunday. That's our next mission. For challenges, though, you know what? Today, we could try Ice Golem 13. We could try to reach that. For tomorrow, well, if we can't reach it today, and what was the other thing? It was, yeah, it's the Void Keep. So if we could get to the Void Keep, we got a Sacred Shard. If we can get... No, it's not the Void Keep. Yeah, it's Ice Golem 13. We can get the Void Shard. The Sacred Shard. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's like I need to drink some tea. I need my brain to wake up. But anyway, we've got the ability to get potentially 2 Sacreds. So I'm going to try to get that. Let's put that in the notes. The 2 Sacreds. Because that's what we want. But let's try to do Ice Golem 13. I think that's a worthy goal. We want to do it with debuffs and other passive stuff, and that is not it. It's a dungeon. So it's actually a dragon event that's going on right now. We could potentially get stalwart gear. I haven't really been stocking up on stalwart gear, but that can actually really help with clan boss. It's up for 3 days, so it's something to consider. But I want to see if we can get to level 13 of Ice Golem. We're already close. And stage 13 is magic. So that's actually a really good stage for this team in particular. And I think this is just my generalist dungeon team. They're not really a specialist team. I haven't set one aside for Ice Golem because I think the generalist team probably is about what we'd want. I think I'm happy with this. I'd love to get Apothecary in here, but really I don't want to lose any of these champs. I could check on the masteries quickly. See if there's anything pressing that I need to add now. I mean, we might as well add him if we can get him. We got one more for Sun Wukong. I could get him cycling through his turns, through his cooldowns faster. Lore of Steel. I mean, he's probably going to have... He'll probably have Cruel. And then we just give him the Savage set. It's probably more worthwhile to take something like... Cycle of Magic is probably it. I'd want a better chance to cycle through his moves. I'm going to go with Cycle of Magic. That makes sense. And for the final hit, for the final one, I'm not sure. But we don't have any more scrolls. For Tagore, I still haven't assigned Tagore or Jamarsa. And here's the consideration. Jamarsa heals a single target with her heal. She doesn't really have any AoE heals. Her revive isn't particularly strong. I really like the way she passively reduces cooldowns, though, which is why I want to use her in the clan boss team. Tagore, on the other hand, he does have an attack on his buff increase. So it might be more useful to make him the clan boss healer because he's going to score more hits himself. Whereas reducing the cooldowns on the others probably doesn't matter as much. Xeno, I probably want to give her accuracy. I don't know. I don't want to choose the masteries too hastily. So as much as I don't recommend going in half-cocked, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think we should be okay for now. So the stage 12 waves don't take too long. I tried pushing the potion dungeons all the way to 20. There is no potion dungeon this account can make it to right now. And even at about 18, the waves take forever. The enemies are just so much tougher. So this is nice, seeing enemy waves that get knocked over pretty quickly. I mean, Kale is pretty much one-shotting them as long as he can critical hit, which is a guaranteed critical hit on the Spirit Affinity, which is going to be the next wave. So when we're running this on auto, it's usually important to take down these little add-on minions first, because even though it's inevitable that Ice Golem is going to hit us and revive them, if they are dead, he gets a lot less damage out. The reason being his passive, I'm trying to see where it is. So it's this one. This attack will ignore 50% of the enemy's defense for each alive ally. So you don't want that, because if he's ignoring 50% of your defense, I mean, our defense is already pitifully low. So if he's ignoring 50% of that, we're dead. So that's why we want, as much as possible, to kill these guys first, until at least he doesn't have any of those big hits left. So here we can ignore 25%. Wow, we're taking a lot of damage quickly. This is not good. We're in a tight spot. As long as we got Tagore, we can revive. As long as somebody's still standing, Sun Wukong will get himself back up. Alright, well that's the last one. He can't do it again. Woof! That was actually really fast. I'm impressed. So let's do stage 13. We might even have that Sacred Shard today. I don't know if I'll pull it today. I'd kind of like to hold out and pull both Sacred Shards together. Although, you know what? The other shard on Sunday, that's going to be too late, because that's at least 48 hours away. So we're not going to be able to pull for Elatrion with that other shard. But we can pull for Elatrion with this shard. So maybe we'll pull it today. We'll see. We probably will. What else are we going to do? Because it's a Sacred Shard, we're pretty much guaranteed to get something. We'll get at least an epic. Will it be a good epic? That's up to RNGesus. So we again want not to do too much damage too quickly to the Ice Golem. It's a funny, awkward kind of thing. There are ways to get away with doing a crap ton of damage to the Ice Golem as long as you can protect your status from being frozen like that, or as long as you can protect your champions from dying with something like Unkillable. There's exactly one champion in the entire game that can do that for the whole party that I can think of anyway. And it's Maneater. And we definitely don't have Maneater. If we happen to pull Maneater from a Void Shard, that's going to transform our ability to do Clan Boss. Like, even if we get a single Maneater, I'm going to call it at the point, if we pull a single Maneater, or if we pull Demitha, that's her name, the Epic Dwarf Demitha. We pull either of these, I can make an unkillable Clan Boss team. And I can push all the way to Ultra Nightmare. I can't really guarantee that we'd be in one key territory at any point, but we'd be able to do it. We'd probably be able to last 50 turns. And the beauty of being in this clan is we wouldn't even have to work through the various clan boss levels to get there. We could just sort of tune one for Ultra Nightmare immediately. But anyway, this is fantasy football, or fantasy raid. This is a team that we don't have. Honestly, the best clan boss champion we have is probably her. I absolutely love her. I know I keep saying this, but my goodness, she's good. Puts out so much crazy damage. Between her and Kale, I think we can have no problem. So we managed to get to 13. So we got that. We got our shard. Dungeons are finished. They're just completely finished. We could see if there's another shard behind this. So we do have almost 3 days left so that we can go for the 2x. I would like to go for the target champion. I guess tomorrow with as many shards as we can get, it'd be nice to get more than one sacred. So I'm gonna hold off. And I'm sorry if that rubs any of you the wrong way and you're like, no, I can't stand it. I get a shard, I want to pull it immediately. Now, Gavin, now. I know, I hear you. I kind of want to pull it now too. But I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. And maybe we'll even get to make a bigger event out of it. Not from any of these. But the challenges. I don't remember offhand what we get after this book. Because I don't know if it's like always books from this, always books from this, always shards from this, and always books from this, but I think they might alternate. So I think there might actually be a shard in here if we can push through this, which means we could even do this with our energy instead of going after masteries. It seems kind of like a silly thing to do, but win a 4-star or higher gauntlets with attack percent as the primary stat from clearing campaign. And this could be anywhere. So I could just farm whatever area I like for attack percent, gauntlets, chest plates, boots, and then we just equip them on attack type champions. We've already done that twice apparently. And then we just got to equip 4. I think we could even knock this out today. So we could farm something at the tavern. I've been trying to be diligent about leveling up stuff. So like if I take War Maiden for example, we've got a whole bunch of chickens. This all just came from CVC. And I leveled up a bunch of 3s. Oh, and I did get a second War Maiden. This is important. This isn't like I'd normally be tempted to use a book on War Maiden to maybe try to get this cooldown down because I would love to get her decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown, but I was looking ahead on the track. This is important. On the mission track, I looked ahead. We've got winning artifacts from Fire Knight, stage 5 or higher. That's going to be easy enough. Then we've got the same thing from Spider. We're going to be able to do that. 1.5 million from Clan Boss. That's not going to be a problem. And Fuse Justicar. So this is going to be kind of a choke point anyway, because we're not necessarily ready to do that. And I really didn't want to have to give up our main War Maiden because she's really the only 100% decreased defense champ that we have right now. So we need her for the arena. I'm going to use the word need here. But we need to fuse Justicar. He's this guy. Necessary for the Relic Keeper. Is that his name? Relic Keeper fusion. And I believe if you fuse him too early, it doesn't count. So you want to set aside the champions. And we have a champion set aside. So we basically just need to level them to 30. We need to ascend them all. So we'll need to make sure we have enough potions. And then we will fuse Justicar at that point. We might even be able to do that on Sunday because honestly, after we clear the Void Keep, there's not really anything that's going to make us wait. It might take some doing to farm this stuff, honestly, if we can't farm at a level high enough. If we can farm at a level high enough where we can guarantee a minimum 4-star, I mean, come to think of it, Spider's Den, I know for a fact we can do Spider's Den 10, which almost always drops 5s, so this will be no problem. And then Clan Boss is going to be no problem. Yeah, we'd probably clear this track on Sunday, and that's where the other Sacred Shard will come from, and that's Sunday. That's not going to be in time. That's not going to be in time to go after Elatrion. But, I mean, look, guys, here's the deal. Elatrion, 10x. A 10x means when we get this 12% chance at a legendary, we then have a chance at this champion 10 times the normal chance, which is, I mean, what is it even? I'm not going to count them out at this point. not all of them, but let's say we went through, I can't believe I still haven't clicked on this. Um, let's say we just look at all the non-void legendaries. So we've got 8, 17 just here. So let's say it's 17 times 15, or maybe it's a little lower, maybe it's a little higher, but that's going to be 200 and what, like 250 or close to that champions. So your chance of getting the target legendary champion would be, say, 1 in 250. At a 10x, it's 10 out of 250, or 1 in 25. So 1 out of 25 of a 12%. So 1 out of 25 is what? 4%? So 4% of 12%. What even is that? It is a heck of a lot smaller than 1%. So the chances of pulling this guy are practically non-existent anyway. But that 12% chance at a Lego, that's pretty good. So we will pull this first shard tomorrow. I'm going to try to see if there's a second one from the challenge tracks on artifacts. You can even start working towards that today. I probably won't do that in front of you guys. I don't want to bloat these episodes too much. So basically, if I have nothing to talk about, I'll just bring the episode to a close. But there might be something else that we could show. I like to look at the quests. I already did them yesterday just because I needed to burn through a lot of energy. Faction Wars. How's this going? What faction could we look at today? We got Bannerlords. Bannerlords, we can get to at least stage 6. We have Rathalos Blademaster way up to here. Are they able to take the boss? If there was a little bit of healing cooked into this somewhere, that would be an improvement. What other faction do we have? Ogres. Oh, and we got Sylvan Watchers too. How many Sylvan Watchers do we have? Almost none. Let's see. If we include whatever's in the vault and the reserve vault, that's it. This is what we've got. We got 3. Is this able to even make it through the first stage? Probably. But you know what? I think I've taken some of her gear off at this point to help other champions. So I don't even know what this looks like anymore. So we'd probably just be farming Sylvan Watchers. There's Ogres. I have done this with Roughstone. We probably can't do stage 6. We can probably easily blow through stage 1, though. And just get a bunch of low-level ones. We're missing a full party, huh? I guess I used some of it as food. So we got Rocktooth. We got, oh yeah, okay. I put this guy in the... I put that guy in the sparring pit. So we did Ice Golem 13. Mission accomplished. I didn't set a very difficult task for us today then, apparently. We could even push Ice Golem as far as we can. Dragon is at 17 now. Spider's probably still more or less at 10. Wow, this is really fast. I like this. Roughstone just knocking through it at turbo speed. So this is what I like to see for farming the low levels. I really love Roughstone for this job. It just comes in, boom, boom, boom. Almost one-shotted this wave. We could crank up his stats a little bit. But he's a mere 4-star. He's got room to level still, so his stats are just going to organically go up. Is Roughstone an endgame champion? I doubt it. But he's sure good at this early stage. For Ogres, you know who'd be even better for Ogres, though? Bellower. I'd love to get my hands on a Bellower. We'll need some Void Shards for that, which we don't have right now. We can also do some Tag Team Arena. Been a couple of days since I've done that. Tag Team, my issue with Tag Team Arena is it is just not terribly interesting. It's basically the same thing as regular Arena, but just more of it, and we need 3 teams. And I'm not convinced we really have the makings of 3 teams at the moment. Now let's turn this off. So we got... Oh, I've only chewed through 6 keys. Advanced quest. Well, we at least did that. So we can use silver keys at the Doom Tower. For Doom Tower, typically what I'm doing these days is I'm farming Griffin just at this low stage until I can get to a higher stage. Griffin's fantastic because you can get Guardian gear out of what gets built for tanky champions that you want to draw damage away from your revivers or from your squishier attack-based champions. But really, there's nobody on our roster like that other than maybe Master Butcher, and that's another champion we'd have to build. Master Butcher's really good at it, but only against enemy waves. It doesn't work on bosses. So that's a problem. Even if we had somebody like Elatrion Blade Master, it might be really good on him, because it brings some healing, but the idea is that your tank is not the one you're dependent on for reviving, and isn't the one that has to have the most healing cooked into his kit, but having a little bit of healing cooked into his kit is still a really good thing. So I like farming this guy. So if you can manage to build a team that can take out Griffin even at stage 10 of the Doom Tower, this is good extra materials for you to be farming. This is just free stuff, basically, as long as you can get through the lowest level of Griffin. And I know that's not an easy task for everybody. He does have this passive that cranks up his damage, and if you can't beat him in the first 10 turns, you're really in trouble. So I don't know that there's anything else really pressing to do. Like I said, I'm going to hold off on that one Sacred Shard for tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can find out what's hidden behind... I keep clicking on the wrong thing. I'm sorry about that, people. Evidently, my brain is not fully functional this morning. But if we go to artifacts, this will probably take a while of farming. So I'll just leave this passively farming throughout the day. I'll see if I can get attack percent stuff while I farm. What area do I want to farm? At this point, I'm probably content to just do the last level of campaign. I could even try it on Nightmare to get a better chance of it being a 4-star. But honestly, this is hard enough. So normally I do stage 3, but at stage 4, we can have attack percent. So maybe I'll go for that. We could also try for attack percent on in the Badlands, at least for the chest piece and the boots. Maybe I'll do the Badlands just for another couple chances at War Maiden. Or we could do stage 8 of the campaign. I'm blanking on the name of it, but we could try for another Templar. Templar is going to become important in Wave 3 of the Doom Tower. And even then, I don't know if we're going to have the gear for it, but it is possible to solo through Bommel with Templar. Whereas there's really no other champion on this account that can do that. Anyway, it looks like we're basically going into farming mode. So I think I'm gonna close the video here. We've been in for 45 minutes. I think you've heard me blab enough. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves.